bringing fresh sound.
Cop Chat. You've got questions for the police? They're here to give you the answers on WEFM 99.9.
The world has become such a cruel place. Something is wrong with the human race. Preacher man say it's wonders and signs. We are living in the end of times. Where is the love we once used to know? Where is the kindness we used to show? The heart of man is so full of hate. Let's make a change before it's too late. Too much killing, too much blood spilling. Each and every morning, it's weeping and mourning. We've got to stop all the crimes, erase the violence, let our voice be heard. We can't sit in silence. The hope of tomorrow is in no use today. We've got to live in love. Crime and violence don't pay.
Good morning, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The time is 8:14 and welcome to Cop Chat this morning. You're listening to Ari, and with me in studio is Roleza, and joining us we have Inspector Neil Jack. This morning we'll be discussing the Central Police Station Office, its roles and responsibilities. We are, however, awaiting the arrival of Alfred Jacobs, Police Constable 504. But until he gets here, we'll continue with the Cop Chat as scheduled. Good morning, Inspector Jack.
You're muted. You're muted. Your mic is muted.
Good morning to you, Ari. Good morning to you, Roleza.
Good morning, and how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, all right. So we are here, as Ari indicated, to talk about the Central Police Station Office roles and responsibilities. All right, so we hand it over to you to begin our discussion this morning.
All right, so good morning to all the listeners out there. Good morning to the hard-working police officers who will be tuned in this morning. As was mentioned, I'm Inspector Jack, and at current, I am the NCO in charge of the Central Police Station, the part, that deals with beat and patrol. Well, I've been there in this position for the past 2 years. Good. Well, beat and patrol, play a critical role in the day-to-day security of Kingston, city of Kingston, and we have many and varied function. Right, the beat and patrol has an administrative office that is known as Central Police Station Office, or CPS office. That's where we do all the administrative work. So it's in total we are a staff of 93 persons, and that is shared between police officers, auxiliaries, tourist police who are also auxiliaries, but I just say to distinguish different types of personnel that attach to beat and patrol. Okay.
Yeah. So tell us more about your career, Inspector Jack. How did you get into police? How long have you been a police officer? Along that line.
Okay, November 15th, 2024, I will be celebrating 26 years in the organization. I joined in November of 1998. Right, Ari, you may not have been born as yet.
Yes, I was born.
So how you say I wasn't born as yet?
Yes, and you also okay. Yes, so I'm proud to be a part of this organization for the past 26 years. I am working in the capacity of inspector for the past this would be the 11th year now. So something is well due, or overdue. Um,
Is that a small?
yeah. So I have worked, in various districts and divisions around St. Vincent and the Grenadines, including the Grenadines and the Windward and Leeward side. So I have um I have a wealth of experience as a police officer. Good. I I also hold a bachelor degree in industrial engineering. I am graduated in the year 2008 from Cuba, right? So I have that also, as part of my portfolio.
Okay. All right. So, what else can you tell us about the role of the Central Police Station office?
Right. So this 93 staff or personnel that we administrate, they are scattered around, the city of Kingston and its suburbs, right? We have personnel, for example, who are attached to the Attorney General's office, the office of the DPP, registry, SVG postal services. I guess at times you going around, you would have enter these buildings and you would have seen police officers in some of these locations, right? So all these fall under the command of the CPS office, right? The High Court, the orderlies in the two High Courts, they fall under us, the judge orderlies, those that see purchase the Commerce Intellectual Property Office, they also fall under us. The auxiliaries you see at Marian House, at some of the schools, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Mobilization Office, Financial Complex, the judges, all these, fall under the command of CPS office and fall under my command as the NCO in charge. So we so it's a sizable staff, as you can see, and many and varied are the function in terms of giving security.
Okay. So you think of it as that these persons who fall under the CPS, they can range from not black squad. What's the other one?
SSU.
SSU, etc. It's a mixed. It's a mixed division.
No. No, so the SSU personnel will fall under the command of the officer in charge of SSU, right? But of course, there at times, there are duties that in which we work together, So at times you will go to functions and you would see SSU officers, you would see other police officers, and so there's a collaboration of effort, in providing security.
All right. So you started talking about beat patrol. What are some of the issues that you currently face or complaints you receive from your department?
I don't want to put myself in hot water this morning, but of course, the police organization and by extension, beat and patrol face challenges just like any other workplace in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and around the world. You would agree, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just like WEFM, I am sure WEFM also face their challenges also. But yes, so of course, when you have a large staff, managing, for example, your human resource, always come with its challenges because you are dealing with individuals and their, the intricacies, their peculiarities. People have requests and people have a life away from work also, other roles and responsibilities. And, people try as much as to juggle, between all these different roles and functions that they are involved in, right? And of course, we live in an age where we try to accommodate people as much as possible because, you look at the development of the entire man, the whole man. And one of the challenge sometimes is like granting people requests. People come with one request, one sort or the other. And what sometimes determine whether a request may be granted or not, it all depends on the availability of manpower. Good. We have each day we have various points to cover, beats and points, and you want to make sure that you have adequate manpower, right? And there's a saying in the organization when you join that duty come first, right? So the priority is given to duty, right? While yes, consideration is given to accommodate persons, for their other requests. So that could be challenging, right? Um, Managing conflicts. Good persons sometimes, they get sour for one reason or the other. So you got to play a role in mediation, sometime managing conflicts. Good. um, Other issues we have, the district is a very large one. It stretches as far as from honestly that area you call what the area down at the airport call again. The little village that we storm is a troublesome village sometime.
Yeah,
Oh
actually,
man.
me as well too. Yes. Mhm. But
Yeah,
I know you
in a COVID, yes. But it's just as far as that, you go all the way up Queen Jives, comes over all the way
know that boom boom.
to
Foliard.
Poliard, yes, Poliard, all the way up to Sharps and go over to Old Montrose, New Montrose, and goes all around the Atley Hall and the entire Tongue district comes back all the way to Cyan Hill, Walworth. It's a very, very big district. And apart from providing security, there are also other duties that we perform. For example, the execution of warrants, be it search warrants, be it warrants for non-payment of fine. We do liquor license checks on shops to make sure that persons have their liquor license updated. You do inspection of new liquor license premises, and all these duties. Of course, we also investigate crime, entertain reports, investigate crime, investigate petty offense really. Good. And all these, it requires movement, mobilization, and so forth. So one of the bigger challenges, transportation at times is not readily available because transport that we have really is shared, at times between different units. So that is one of the biggest challenge. So while it's true, at the end of the day, you do get the job done, but the efficiency sometimes in getting the job done, you don't get the efficiency that you would like to see.
How many petty complaints would you say you've received? Well, reports on petty crimes you'd say you'd receive for the year so far?
For the year, if my memory serves me right, so far we have 34. Good, and yeah, 34 so far.
So I saw a resident by the nickname Forces made a comment during the town hall meeting and the walkthrough at Otley Hall recently, saying that he believes that police need to pay more attention to the petty crimes as they can develop into more serious crimes in the future. How do you feel about that?
Yes, of course. As there's a police jargon we always use also. We say to try and nip everything in its bud, right? So a ounce of prevention can go a long way to make a pound of cure. So I am totally in agreement that we try to attack vivaciously whatever report come to us. Of course, I think that is the intention and that is the sentiment of the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force in approaching crime, but equally so. And I'm not making an excuse, but there are factors that sometimes inhibit that rapidity and so forth in which you would like to you would like to attack crimes and so forth. For example, the transportation. We may say It's critical. Good. We may say some people may argue that's not so important, but that could that's also a factor, and sometimes even manpower. In any given day, for example, you may have a small working with a small staff, and someone may well report if fall ill, report sick. You may have already have somebody on vacation, for example, and that even downsize the staff even. So there are many challenges sometimes that influence, but the intention, of course, is to attack you know with rapidity these offenses, and I'm in total agreement with what this commenter would have said.
Okay.
All right. So maybe be asking a silly question, but it's just based off of something that you said. Is it a case where the officers under this division or this department, do they work like set hours, let's say 8 to 4, or is it a 24-hour type of operation?
Right. So different officers work depending on where you work. You work different hours. But for those who work those who are attached to that area called beat and patrol, which enter the central station, the central police station office, right? We work on a shift system, 8-hour shift system.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
And there are others who work on a 8 to 4 basis also, depending on where you work.
Okay. As it is 8:29, we'll have to take a quick commercial break and then we'll be back with questions. And of course, it is an interactive program. The number to call is 457-9997. And the number to WhatsApp is 457-9997 if you have comments or questions that you have for the officer with us this morning. But before we break, I have to announce that the Solid Waste Management Unit, which is to notify the general public that garbage will not be collected on Good Friday, March 29th, 2024. Garbage collection for this day will instead be done on the following day, Saturday, March 30th, 2024. Collection on all other days remain the same. A message from the Solid Waste Management Unit. CK Graves and Company would like to advertise our opening hours for Holy Thursday and the Easter weekend to the general public beginning today, Wednesday, March 27th, and ending Monday, April 1st. The opening hours are as follows: CK Graves Kingston, Thursday, March 28th, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Friday, March 29th, closed. Saturday, March 30th, 7 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Sunday, March 31st, closed. Monday, April 1st, closed. The Wholesale Department in Kingston, Thursday, March 28th, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Friday, March 29th, closed. Saturday, March 30th, 7:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. Sunday, March 31st, closed. Monday, April 1st, closed. The Sunrise Supermarket at Arnersville, Thursday, March 28th, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Friday, March 29th, closed. Saturday, March 30th, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday, March 31st, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Monday, April 1st, closed. Graves Marketplace, Pembroke, Thursday, March 28th, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. And Friday, March 29th, closed. Saturday, March 30th, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday, March 31st, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. And on Monday, April 1st, closed. Cross buns will be available from tomorrow, which is today, Thursday, March 28th, at all locations. We're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back with Cop Chat this morning.
Do you want to feel clean or refreshed after using the bathroom, whether at home, work, or play? Welcome to My Smart Toilet Seats. All of our products wash your private parts after using the bathroom without the use of your hands. Let's hear what our national table tennis champion, Damian Dublin, has to say.
I tried it and it works. There are 4 options. Simply add an attachment to your existing toilet seat, or choose a non-electric seat, or better, an electric seat that washes and dries you with warm water and air. Lastly, get a complete smart toilet that also flushes itself. What are you waiting for? Get your smart toilet seat today. Be smart, be refreshed, be clean, be be a winner like me.
Our smart toilet seat is available throughout St. Vincent at retail outlets with the orange flags. You can call us at 457-1703 or visit our website at justwashit.vc.
Yes, sir.
Our industry relies on all of us to play our part. We take pride in showcasing our beautiful island, our craft, our cuisine, and our warm Vincentian hospitality.
Each of us play a crucial role in showcasing our vibrant tourism industry. We can create spaces where visitors can unwind, connect with nature, and embrace tranquility of our beautiful surroundings.
We need everyone on board to help us create an exceptional experience for our guests.
Join us at our National Tourism Community Consultations as we shape the future of tourism in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
It's everyone's business, yeah. Love it, embrace it.
That's the sound of your animals. Strong, healthy, and delivering yields you love. That didn't just happen. It began with you feeding them only the best. East Caribbean Feeds. Rest assured, we only produce your feeds with premium ingredients. No hormones, no animal byproducts. Just everything your animal needs for maximum nutrition. Because your animals deserve only the best. East Caribbean Feeds from Maximum Nutrition.
Wow! I feel good! Kendra's having yard sale, boy! April 5th and 6th at our factory compound in Camden Park. And we're going down low with prices on aluminum windows, metal doors, and wooden doors, P-trap and S-trap toilets, face basins, pedestals, and cabinets, bathtubs, fridges, stoves, cooker hoods, kitchen sink, Nutri-Bullet, automatic sliding and swing gate opener, kitchen appliances from Jake's Kitchen, and enough more. And you can also get 25% off our 100 series UPVC sliding windows. It's pure niceness anytime Kendra's have yard sale. We do mama guy people. Friday and Saturday, April 5th and 6th. Niceness overload from 8 a.m. at our factory compound, Camden Park. Kendra's Aluminum Products Limited, the tradition of excellence.
Paramedics is pleased to announce our 10 to 15% Easter sale on curtains, household items, clothing, Victoria's Secret, and bath and body items. Don't forget, we stock the best in medical supplies, wheelchairs, commodes, bath benches, footstools, adult pampers, gauze, walkers, and so much more. We are located above BMC agencies. Call us at 451-2763 or fax us at 456-2659. The management and staff of Paramedics say Happy Easter to you and family.
WEFM, the new fresh sound.
Cop Chat. You've got questions for the police? They're here to give you the answers on WEFM 99.9.
The world has become such a cruel place. Something is wrong with the human race. Preacher man say it's wonders and signs. We are living in the end of times. Where is the love we once used to know? Where is the kindness we used to show? The heart of man is so full of hate. Let's make a change before it's too late. Too much killing, too much blood spilling. Each and every morning, it's weeping and mourning. We've got to stop all the crimes, erase the violence, let our voice be heard. We can't sit in silence. The hope of tomorrow is in no use today. We've got to live in love. Crime and violence don't pay.
Welcome back, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The time is 8:37. Before we get back into a cop chat, just like to remind everyone that the Searchlight Weekend edition is available. The headlines are: last known whereabouts of murdered teen will still remains a mystery to relatives. Sandals Resorts, St. Vincent opens its doors to customers. AIA Management knocks Public Service Union for hasty strike threat. Salt Rivers man found dead, described as a gentle human being. Vincentian journalist appointed Caribbean correspondent for The Guardian. 52-year-old man charged with bigamy. Home intruder denied leniency for undressing woman while she slept. Man charged with attempted buggery of 11-year-old girl. Mentally ill man jailed for 12 years for killing man with metal pipe, wounding 2 others. Otachi Spring elevated to president of SVG Football Federation. 18 athletes to represent SVG at Junior Carifta Games. More sports, opinions, Renwick, Dr. Fraser, Bassi, and so much more. Searchlight, journalism you can trust. Online and at newsstands everywhere. And we are back this morning with today's Cop Chat. This morning with us, we have Inspector Neil Jack, and we're discussing Central Police Station Office roles and responsibilities. You're listening to Ari, and with me is Roleza. And let's go. We have a question here on the WhatsApp. Well,
let's see the WhatsApp. I had a question, but let's. So we have a question for you. Given the available resources, how would you grade the force's effectiveness and performance in solving serious crimes, and why? That is murders, rape, etc.
You're still muted.
I think he's trying to gather his thoughts.
Yes, that's a very that's a very big question you're asking. They are asking to give a rating, right? I may not be able to give, a rating in terms of percentage, good. But what I do know, right, from experience with the police officers in the approach, to investigate crime. Police officers, by and large, are very concerned about crime, investigating crime, right? So there is that. In spite of the many challenges, they are highly motivated when it comes to investigation of crime, and many police officers go, beyond the call of duty, just to to solve crimes. So while I may not give a rating per se, what I can speak as to the approach of many police officers towards crime, in spite of the many challenges. Police officers are very much concerned, and many of them, they give a lot and they sacrifice a lot when it comes to the investigation of crimes.
All right. We have another question here on the feed. Someone asks, do you think that a change in name from police to police service would make a difference? Instead of force, I suppose, to police service.
Yes, that I have heard that concern and commentaries, on many occasions, right? To changing the name. And well, the first question is there anything, is there anything wrong with the organization as it is in tackling crime, that there there's a demand to change the name from force to services? At the end of the day, right, the police are invested with the authority to enforce the law. So no matter how we try run from it, good, the law, force must be used, right? And we expect that the police
enforce. He's looking at the word enforce.
Right.
Yeah.
So force must be used. You agree with me, right? And all expectation is. Am I Are we okay? Am I
Continue.
Continue.
Oh, okay. Yes. You can't run from force being used, and one aspect that the police would not abuse their authority and use whatever force is necessary, right, appropriate to the circumstance. Good. So whether you change it from force to service, I am presuming that the person who asked the question, right? Maybe is asking it in terms of they are suggesting that maybe the police are using too much force, or maybe the approach is too forceful in some way. But changing would my question would changing the name be adequate, to changing the approach? So that education, that mindset, must be changed. If there's a need to change the approach, it must be changed in the mindset, in the education of the officers, and not so much in the name. But probably, both of them go hand in hand.
The commenter said, wherever there is force, there will be a pushback.
Right, so that's science, right? So science say, force is a push or pull, and then the object, not true? Right. And it's human nature to resist force, resist change. Change is something, just straight a bit from the topic. You try to put in place change, and it's always put new things in place, and it's most of the time met with resistance, right? Well, the same has been proven. I'm not a psychologist, but in general, the human being do not like to be forced. They don't like to be forced into anything, right? It has been proven. And you get more out of a person when that person can willingly make up their mind and come on board with any circumstance, any situation, right? But let's say, unfortunately, we live in a society that everyone doesn't. It's a civilized, lawful society, and the law must be enforced. And so, police officers is vested with that authority. So, at some point, force must be used. Picture St. Vincent and the Grenadines or any other country, without police officers to enforce the law. We may just have total chaos, total anarchy. Good. So whether you want to run from it or not, force will always be used, but we expect that the appropriate force would be used, in the appropriate circumstances.
So I would disagree, and I believe that there are instances where effective police doesn't require force. If you see somebody going down the wrong road, it's the same with the situation this one. You saw the boys burglarizing the caravan school. If it is that you arrest them, they have to go through the court process. But you, as the arresting officer, you decide, pass the court process. Let me meet and have conversations with these gentlemen. Let me try to steer them down the right path, because they're already going down the wrong road. I don't think that force would be needed in a situation like that. And then there's simple petty offenses, offenses, whatever, where you could just have simple conversations with persons, and force isn't necessary. I don't know if it is the StreamYard or if you have a radio on, but there's a bit of a feedback.
Yes, you still hearing the feedback?
Oh yeah, he's not wearing headphones. I think that might be
Oh,
it. Yeah,
okay, the
so,
echo. There's
yeah,
echo.
so there's a slight echo. Okay. So at the beginning, we started speaking about being on the beat police. Now, one thing I have been saying is I have not been seeing police on the beat for a number of years. I have not been seeing police on the streets and the neighborhoods interacting with people in the villages. And I think it was Trevor Bailey himself that said you can't expect to not have a relationship with the community and expect the community to give you said information. Yeah, you can have a relationship with the community, not have a relationship with the community, and expect the community to assist you in investigations and these things. As the officer in charge of these things, what do you think is the problem? Why officers aren't going out and communicating with the public, fraternizing with the public, mingling with the public in their respective posts or villages?
Okay, that's a very good question, and of course I would have heard that comment before, and of course to some extent it is true, right? And I don't want to make excuse for anyone or anything, but I can speak from my observation. Good. Now obviously over the years the from since, let me put it this way, from since when I would have joined 26 years ago, you would agree with me that the population of St. Vincent has increased, not true? So you have more persons in the community police. Good. One would expect, one would agree also, you don't have the statistics, but over the years also with the increase in population, there have also been increase in crime, right? Now, question we need to ask itself, has the amount of police officers grown, proportionately with the population itself? Good. And that may not be so. So you find police officers today may have more work on hand than police officers, let me say 20 years ago. Good. So police officers are, very busy, and the time that they may have had to patrol the community the way they used to, it may not, on foot. I'm talking about foot patrol here, right? Time may not just not afford them, time enough for that. Good. Because of investigation purposes, there are so many crimes to investigate, so many things to attend to, and I can attest to you that, well, I wouldn't want to say it here, but um, that may be one of the factor. The police work has gotten more considerably, considering the amount of police officers to crime, compared to before. So that may be one of the reasons for it. Of course, there are also maybe opportunities, to do more foot patrol. Of course, not all police officers are as motivated, as others, and that has to do a lot to with the supervision. Supervisors, of course, has a lot to to do with that also. So supervision also may be a factor. But by and large, while it is true the role and the roles of the police have not changed over the years, our society, have undergone drastic changes. We are not that type of interactive, neighborly community we used to be. Good. And that is seen all over St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So me not say we all come from the same background, the same society, and that is part of I think that is part of our the great mentality, part of our culture today, that we are more isolate ourselves than before.
All right. So we have a call coming in here, and PC Jacobs has joined us. Good morning, PC Jacobs.
Good morning. Good morning.
So we have roughly 5 minutes remaining in this segment, so you have to keep this call as okay. And we've missed the call.
But let's say from Constable Jacobs, based on the topic this morning, anything? No.
Not really.
Okay. All right. So
You
let's
kind of
say.
just trimming the
No, well, I wanted to give him the opportunity to speak in case.
There's a question I'd like to pose, and I'd like both officers to answer it as we await the call. Do you think that technology, the inclusion of technology, for instance, cell phones, have influenced the way that we socialize, and in fact influence the way that officers conduct beat patrol? Now that one villager during the town hall meeting at Calico said that she believes that the phone serves as a distraction for the police officers. How do you guys feel in this area?
If that person is correct, because I believe 90% of police uses their phone, and they are distracted by their cell phone. Sometimes cell phone distracts you so much that you don't even know what's happening around you. And as you could see, the population in St. Vincent and the Grenadines cell phone. everybody using cell phone, get to know the media. But police officers in a uniform on a beat with their head down in cell phone, I'm not agree with that. Because your uniform is something that you represent. And being on your cell phone and the public pass and seeing the public going to look at you as in police term that you're slack. And sometimes a civilian go on to have your attention, but your head down in your phone, speaking to the civilian, which is not professional. So the cell phone, I believe, just play a lot of impact distracting police in doing their job professionally. But on the otherwise, the cell phone sometimes help them to solve crime through media, through a good source. But we have to know as police officers when and the time to be on our cell phone. Because sometimes if someone is at the station and you're working as a station hardly, as an outstation police officer, and someone came and want to make a report, you will want to see police want to check their phone first, be on the phone, and sometimes the person is there waiting. You understand? But as I was advise my young colleagues, using a cell phone is good and bad. You could use your cell phone if spelling errors. You could use it to, get correct words. But taking a statement and have your cell phone in your hand while recording a statement, I'm not agree with that at all.
Okay. So now we identify it as a problem and we see there are some benefits. What are some of the solutions?
Okay,
let's let Inspector Jack go ahead.
Well, at present there are standing orders that govern the use of cell phone and technology in general and the workplace. Good. What what may be needed is greater supervision, and greater enforcement of the standing orders. Good. So, it may be a question of lack of expeditious supervision on behalf of those who supervise at the supervisory level.
Okay, all right. So I have a quick question to throw in here. You mentioned that under this division that the tourist police are also part of it, right? What exactly is the role of the tourist police?
Okay, well, right now we have 7 tourist police, and that number should have really been more. Good. Predominantly, they patrol the beaches and some of the sites in Kingston. Beaches, Indian Villa, the Botanical Garden. Well, when Fort Charlotte was opened, also they were there. The Roman Catholic Church, the Anglican Church. These are some of the places that over which they preside on a day-to-day basis. So they are there to really provide security, when it comes to tourists who may visit these sites.
Okay, well, one of the reasons for asking the question, but you kind of alluded to your response, is because we are seeing a lot more cruise ship visitors here on island. And while it is I'm aware that the tourist police are there, I am not seeing a lot of them, right? And so I always wondered how effective their role was, or how effective they're supposed to be in their position, because I'm not seeing them in the quantities I suppose that I'm supposed to be seeing them.
Yes, well, yes. As I said, right, so there are only 7, but really and truly there are room for more than that. Good. The good thing is that we would not have had any adverse incidents, reported at these sites for this season, tourist season, and for previous seasons. Good. So in terms of effectiveness, we can say that we can conclude, well, yes, it is effective. It is effective at the moment, right? But equally so, and in I would have had a meeting with Ministry of Tourism. I would have been in meeting there, and it is right now. St. Vincent is trying to grow its tourism product. Good. So, so even this aspect is also a part that is in that is a work in progress also. So here hopefully over the years we may see improvement in the numbers, and otherwise that may be needed when it comes to tourist police.
All right, and one more question in relation to this. Are all of them trained in CPR, first aid, etc., given the role that they play? Okay. Okay, so all right, so at this time we would wrap up our session. Constable Jacobs, we'd allow you the opportunity to say any final words, if you have final words.
Well, my encouragement to my colleagues is that we give a service and let we be professional about it. And the public already have the police force in a state, but we can do better at what we do. And the authority also can do a better supervision with us. And and I believe that the public and the police can also get along very good.
All right. And Inspector Jack?
So thanks for having many program this morning. Of course, the police force security is very, very important to St. Vincent and the Grenadines as any country, and it is only good that the citizens demand that the police officers do a good job, do their best. What I can attest to is that there are many police officers out there who are well motivated towards serving this country to the best of their ability. Of course, there are many challenges. There have always been challenges, and I know the superior officers. I believe that the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines also, is trying their best to to help solve these challenges. Of course, things would come in stages, all will not happen at the same time, right? So so it is a work in progress, and step by step I hope that we would reach the area where to the point where the citizens will say, yes, I am satisfied with the service provided by the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force. So my last word, I will just only encourage my colleagues out there to continue pushing on, continue to doing their best as we serve St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
All right, and that brings our cop chat to an end, unfortunately, today. Thank you, officers, for joining us.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
It all started with a penny.